As long as they've been making films, they've been making films about teenagers. That's right, we're talking about the teen film. There's Fast Times at Ridgemont High, there's Dazed and Confused, there's The Breakfast Club, the American Pie movies, the list goes on and on. Now, these movies tend to grab the attention of certain generations, and that's typically the generation that was a teenager when the movie was released. So, people a little older, their movie is going to be Fast Times at Ridgemont High, possibly Dazed and Confused, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller. If you're like myself, you're a little younger, you were born in the early to mid-90s, SuperBad, the 2017 comedy, is going to be your generation's teen film. I'm James Hockenjos, and this is The Rewind.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hey guys, this is Jimmy, and you're listening to The Rewind, presented by House of Hats Podcast Network.
Your scientists are so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they just don't think they should.
Never tell me the odds.
The Rewind.
The Rewind.
The Rewind.
It's showtime.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Rewind. As always, we have Mr. Gage Zangi, and you know him from Parlez-Vous. He's our man in the chair, Mr. Bryan Castiglione.
What up?
It's like a crossover episode.
Yeah.
They're all crossover episodes. Unless it's me and you and Emily, it's a crossover, dude.
Yeah. This
So-
one's like Jimmy Neutron and the Fairly Odd Parents coming together.
Is that what it's like?
It's a House of Havoc.
House of Havoc crossover.
So today we're going to do SuperBad. Great
Mhm.
teen movie.
Yes.
I feel like every generation since film has been made, there's been a teen movie for that generation.
Mm-hmm.
You got Fast Times.
Mm-hmm.
You got American Pie.
Mm-hmm.
SuperBad is us, baby.
Yeah. SuperBad. The SuperBad kind of let a bunch of kids know how kids are thinking other than themselves. And John Evans was really good at like coming up with, I don't know, you see a bunch of movies about kids and it seems like the writers are writing the dialogue like an adult thinking about being a kid. But his is just so like in the moment.
Well, perfect answer to this question,
Yeah.
which I assumed everyone knew this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
What?
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg began writing the script when they were 13.
Oh,
And it's
no shit.
it's loosely based on their 12th grade year at high school in Vancouver.
They started writing it.
They started the idea of writing the movie when they were 13. But yeah, so they started writing it in 2000,
Yeah.
released in 2007. So the script was worked on for about 6 years.
Yeah, I can't imagine that like the dialogue came that early. It was probably like really
More of
packed in
ideas and
later on.
jokes and bits.
Yeah, but I mean that's like pretty good to, be able to put yourself in the shoes of like a 12 or 13-year-old like that later on in your life. Like, or not 12 or 13. They're how old?
They're seniors. They're 17.
Yeah.
But what you were saying, it resonated with people that age. I mean, that's how old I was when it came out. And I remember thinking, like, this is how I would talk to someone. Like how you were saying, this is how I would talk to a friend or something like that. Like, it almost felt like you were kind of at high school, which I guess is kind of the idea they were going with.
Yeah.
But...
And it kind of justified a lot, right? Like, you were like, oh, the fucked up thoughts I'm having.
Right.
Other people also have those fucked up thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, classic, like, high school boy shit, like the Fogel scene. She was wearing these sick, tight white pants, and you could see this black G-string. Like, everyone's had that moment 17 times a month from 14 to 17.
I'm 28. I still have those moments.
There you go.
I mean, even the scene of buying the alcohol. Like, if you remember being younger than 21, scoring alcohol, you're like, oh, shit, like, we are...
Oh, it can make or break the night.
We are in this. Like, even shit like that. I mean, I've never been in a position where I needed to use a fake. I always knew someone, or we had like a place that would sell to us. But just seeing it, I've heard stories like that from other people before. So seeing that in a movie, still kind of the same thing. Still the idea. You know what it's like to walk in. You're like, are we walking out, or are we're walking out empty-handed, or are we coming out with beer?
Yeah.
And we've seen it. Remember Matt? With his? I mean, we've seen that before.
Dude, Matt's John McGowan ID is like our real life
Is that
McLovin.
his moniker for his fake ID?
That was his first fake ID. That was
John McAllen.
Oh, it's so
McGowan.
funny.
McGowan.
It was
Like
given
Rose.
like this is a guy's real name. We
Yeah.
should probably.
We
cut this
drove
out.
over to I
Like,
don't
this
know.
was- they went to his cousin went to Fordham
Mm-hmm.
in Staten Island. Or not Fordham. I'm sorry, Wagner in Staten Island, and he went to visit when he was in like 10th grade.
Yeah.
And this kid John McGowan, who's like 22 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
gave him like his old expired ID to get into the bar. So Matt's 16 using this guy's ID who's like 6'2" on the football team at Wagner.
Uh-huh.
And that was his first fake ID. It was a real ID, it just wasn't him.
Yeah. So it's scanned and everything.
We drove over to what was it? It might be something else now, but it was Millennium gas station at the end of where it's on Patrick Holbrook. But I remember him. He gets out of the car and he's like, "This is either gonna work or it's not gonna work." And we were parked like a little bit far away. I see him come out, just holding a 6-pack, and he's just looking at me.
We did it,
Yeah,
boys!
he's like, "Holy shit, it worked!" And I remember being like, "Holy shit, it fucking worked!"
Yeah, dude. I mean, at the time of this movie's release, it wouldn't have been something that resonated as much with me. But, because this came out summer of 07, we're going into high school. We were going into high school. You just finished your freshman year. So I definitely had not used the fake ID to purchase booze at 13 years old.
Yeah.
But watching it last night, I was getting like flashbacks watching the
Yeah.
scene where he goes in. Because I remember like whether it be getting into a bar or buying booze, even though I was 100% successful when I, in my underage beer purchasing days.
Yeah.
You're always like handshaking so bad. Like you can never pay cash. Like you got to use your card. You're going to drop change and look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Heart beating through your chest. Like probably the first time I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Probably around 19 buying beer.
Mm-hmm.
So that really resonated with me more on the rewatch as an adult.
Yeah. I always think when I watch this movie, I just think of fucking what was that? What was that one gas station? US or something?
Yep, on 112.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I remember buying Lucy's and beers there.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I was talking about when I said we had gas stations that would 112 was the place.
I don't think we got to worry about it, but it is what it is. Anyone from the area knows
It's not
what we're
it's
talking
not US anymore. It's completely
No,
something
about. No,
completely
they got
different.
they got shut down for selling 4 hookers to 13-year-old girls.
Well,
Ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
You could go in there and get a couple of 40s for like,
That's no better. What are you talking
nah, just ruined it for the rest of us. Anywho,
about?
first time I saw this movie, I don't think this was a movie theater one for me. This is rated R, correct?
No, it wasn't for
I
me.
don't-
And I saw it later in my high school career. I saw it when it was more relevant to me.
I definitely saw it for the first time probably in 9th grade, but I probably just right after its theater run.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize because I watched this on 123 Movies or whatever the site was at the time in Connor's room for the first time. Me, him, and Brett watched it. And I remember it ending and being like, this was the funniest movie I think I've ever seen besides Hot Rod. But,
Was it-
still kind of in
Hot
the
Rod.
I've still never
same area.
I've never seen Hot Rod.
Oh my God, dude. It's so funny.
Hot Rod
I
is a
thi- it's-
fucking home run.
Oh
dude.
man,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a good movie. But yeah, watched it in there, and I remember being like, this was probably the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in a long time.
Oh, it's so funny, dude.
Mm-hmm.
How about yourself?
What, first time I saw
First
it?
time? Yeah. Well, I
I
guess
don't
you just
remember
kind of
the
got
setting
into
or
it, right?
anything. I just remember watching it and thinking like, oh, this is like
I'm
like this is a new kind of funny. This is funny that I like comedy was kind of getting old, and then this kickstarted the whole Evan Goldberg, Seth Rogen
Yeah.
thing, and then like this led me to like Pineapple Express, and everything just kind of fell in line after that as far as like that camp of comedy goes. But before that, it was just like I mean, what was Adam Sandler? There was
Jim Carrey.
Get
Yeah,
Into the
Jim-
Greek wasn't before this movie.
It wasn't. No, that was 2000.
Kevin Greek's
What?
2000
It
Get Him-
wasn't before this movie?
No, Get Him to the Greeks 2010. Forgetting Sarah Marshall's 2007 or
I
2008.
easily thought.
So he did this movie and Forgetting Sarah Marshall like back to back. Wait,
Uh,
who directed this movie? It was Judd, right?
No, Judd didn't it. I forget the guy's
Or was
name.
it Evan
Greg
Goldberg?
Matola.
Greg Matola.
Greg Matola. What else have you done, Greg? We'll find out.
So yeah, he had to have done these two movies. I mean, close enough to each other because they released within a year. I can't remember. I'm almost positive Forgetting Sarah Marshall's 2007.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, he did those two movies. I mean, how long do you think he needed to be there for Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
No, I mean they could have shot it like a couple months or something.
Yeah, he
but-
wasn't in that many scenes.
Matola did Adventureland also. I
Also
never
great.
saw that movie, but I heard people like it. He directs Dave on
does he?
Hulu. Yep. Or at least he's directing Dave. Yep. He's listed as a director.
So at least multiple episodes.
Arrested Development looks like he did for a little bit. Looks like a year or two.
Mhm.
And then kind of some other things.
So what did Judd do on Superbad?
Executive producer.
Oh, got it. Okay. Still respect. That guy is the coming of age king. You don't think so?
What's the guy's name? Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick, coming
Yeah.
of age movies?
Is
Like
that
what?
the guy? Is that their guy? No, maybe it's not. That's not the name I'm
What
thinking
movie are
of.
you thinking of?
Clockwork Orange.
No, it's not
That's
him.
Kubrick. Well, that's Stanley Kubrick.
It's pissing me off that his name's not coming to me, but he did Ferris Bueller and The Breakfast Club.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Like famous for it.
yeah. Ferris Bueller and Breakfast Club. Also great coming of age movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might be the king. He also did the other St. Elmo's Fire. I'm pretty sure it was
John
also him.
Hughes.
These are young.
John Hughes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
80s,
thought Stanley Kubrick,
80.
but
Yes. I don't think
Stanley Kubrick makes good movies.
yeah, just a weird.
Just
brain
not like
block.
Breakfast Club type movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you can make a coming of age movie about 40-year-olds, I think that's pretty good. You know, like This Is 40.
Oh, all right, yeah.
40-year-old
enough.
virgin, knocked up. Actually, it makes a lot of coming of age of older people. Less of kids.
Yeah.
But
well,
anyway, what do you rate this movie?
before I get into mine, I'm going to say, I hope I'm allowed to say this. Emily told me last night she couldn't give this movie any better than a 7.0. And it would more likely be in the high 6s. And it's only because there are such good one-liners that keeps it that high for her.
Yes.
I'm going 7.6.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really watch many movies, so my rating might be a little bit more skewed. I think combined with how good I think it is and just kind of like the nostalgia factor for me, I'm probably teetering a little bit closer to like an 8.2, 8.3,
Okay.
probably around there. Yeah.
I was going to land 8-0.
Okay. I was going to go 8.0, but I didn't want to be the guy who just said, I give it an 8. I felt like I had to get a decimal in there. So we'll go with 8.2. You know what? We'll go with 8.3.
Is it you that always likes going on 0? There's someone who always scores it on a 0.
I don't think I.
It might not be you. It might have been Vinny.
Maybe Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny?
No. Vinny Contronio.
Oh, I haven't been with Vinny.
No.
Who did Fast and Furious?
Brandon.
Brandon. That's right. Shout out Brandon. Hope you're enjoying life. Yeah, 8-0. I mean, like, aside from the jokes and the nostalgia factor, I just think the characters are well developed. I think they come from point A and they get to point B, and they do this in a simple way where, like, you know, it makes sense through their actions. They're not just like having an epiphany one day and then waking up and like, I'm a different person. Like, they go through something that challenges how they thought, and then they come out on the other side better. I mean, when movies have that, that's what makes it interesting to me. It's all about the characters. So I think that this deserves I think it deserves to be in the 8s for that reason alone.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You probably have a chance to sway me. You got to get me up 4. What did I say? 6. You got to get me up 4.4 points, 0.4 of a point.
Okay.
Not right now. By the end.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It's. I agree. It's great. It's very simple. You have 2 groups.
Mm-hmm.
2 guys in one group, 3 guys in the other group, and everyone else kind of doesn't matter that much. Even the girls, Becca and Jules, don't really matter that much.
Yeah.
Which gives you plenty of opportunity to characterize these 5 people.
Yeah, they're catalysts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone else is a catalyst, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Before we really get into it, though, should we just do the whole? It's direct. We said the director already, written obviously by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
Location.
Santa Barbara. Are we getting specific?
I mean, all I got was
Okay. Southern
Los,
California.
All I got was Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Budget?
$49 million.
No. I know Bryan has it, so I don't know if I can ask him if he wants to guess. I know it.
I won't guess, but if we're quizzing Gage, we can keep quizzing Gage. I'll look up the location real quick.
What I got was mostly Los Angeles when I
Okay.
looked it up, but you can look it up if you want. It's
IMDb usually listed. I don't know.
Is it higher or lower?
lower.
Lower.
Yeah,
Lower.
it's lower.
Oh, 32.
Lower.
Wow, 22.
17.5 to 20 million.
I got the location too,
Nice.
but I gotta
like
find
that.
out where this is.
And then box office.
120.
No, higher.
Fucking A. 180. I'm not gonna get a single one.
170.8.
Well, all right. Second try Fridays.
You want to go?
Versus-
We want to go.
Which
You have
one do you
exact
wanna know?
location?
I have. You're essentially right. Los Angeles is essentially where it is. It's filmed in a couple different places. Looks like Los Angeles, Brentwood, and Culver City, which I'm assuming is probably all.
In LA
that
County.
little region,
Those
yeah.
are all in LA.
Yeah, yeah.
County.
So you're right. Southern California, Los Angeles, essentially.
I forgot something specific I saw on IMDb. The school is a school from.
Oh, I just had the school.
It's a school from another movie. It's like,
Fox Hill Mall. Oh no, that's the mall. Oh no, El Segundo High School. I don't know why.
but
that
it's
sounds
known
familiar.
from it's known from something else.
Breakfast Club.
Neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's Breakfast Club. Is it?
I don't know. Is it Tokyo Drift? There's a school scene in that in the beginning.
I don't think that's. I read somewhere that it was like from another movie.
Pineapple Express.
Moving onward. No, it's not Pineapple Express. Cast is
Babysitter, Joe Dirt. Looks like a lot of movies been filmed here apparently. Superbad's listed one.
Babysitter, like with Vin
Babysitter?
Diesel.
Let's see what this is.
Is that the Vin Diesel movie?
No, Judah Lewis. This came out in 2017.
Oh, no, it's
Oh, it's a TV show. I'm sorry.
Oh, Babysitter.
Role Models was filmed here.
Role Models might be the
Joe
one.
Dirt, Hot Chick. Yeah, a lot of.
Role Models might be the one that I saw when I was doing a little
Role
research
Models.
last night.
We should do that one.
Role Models is a good
Whispering
one
Eye.
too.
Yeah, that's a good movie too. That's one I'd have to
Dude,
rewatch.
my brother's summer league lacrosse team in college for 4 straight years was the Whispering Eyes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
My name is Ambien because I send my enemies to their eternal resting place.
Cast is Jonah.
Such a good movie.
Jonah Hill as Seth. Michael Cera as Evan. Emma Stone as Jules. Forget the girl's name who plays Becca. Seth Rogen as Officer Michaels. Bill Hader as Officer Slater.
Yes. The girl is
I think
Martha
Christopher
McIsaac.
McIsaac.
Martha McIsaac as Becca. And Christopher
Christopher
Mintz-Plasse, of course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course. As Fogel.
Of course, he's found it. That's my terrible Irish accent. What's his name before he's McLove?
Fogel.
Oh, it is Fogel.
Fogel,
Yes.
yeah.
Fun fact about Christopher Mintz-Plasse was only 17 at time of filming, which, yes, that did mean his mother had to stay in the room the entire time during his sex scene.
Dope.
Didn't know that. That's interesting.
That was a fun fact I pulled last night when I was doing a little half-ass research. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, man, great. Really, I mean, I don't know if I want to say fell off. He had a nice little career for himself, but he definitely didn't
So
hit.
what's he doing?
He
Because
was
I
good
can
in that.
totally see him.
He did
coming
Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass
Yeah,
2,
Kick-Ass was
Yeah.
awesome.
and I don't know. He's made some he was in Role Models, obviously.
Neighbors. Yeah.
Was he in Neighbors?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, he was in that movie.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be?
But I see him. I could see him going like real dark dramas one day.
If he wanted to.
Yeah. I could. You know what? I'm gonna call it right now. He's gonna pull like an Adam Sandler. He's
Why
gonna
don't you
do, like,
call
an
him, dude?
Uncut Gems.
I don't think he's working. We could probably get him right now on an indie film.
That's not a bad idea.
We could be the next A24, dude.
We could B26.
Ooh. A direct.
fucking
Nothing
come get
says a
some.
direct competition like changing the letter and going with the next even number. That'd be shit.
So, in the teen movie genre, favorite? Is this your favorite?
Teen movie genre.
fuck,
You
dude.
know
I
what?
don't know.
I can't say it's my favorite. It's like because I'm also thinking of like teen comedies that I find funnier. and it's like not another teen movie is like
Yeah.
much funnier.
Well,
to me,
so
but not nearly as good of a
can I pick nits? I'm gonna be like a real cock about it real quick and
Yeah.
put a line in the middle. Cause I feel like Superbad, although there is sexual parts to it, I feel like that falls as like a teen comedy. And I feel like Not Another Teen Movie, American Pie are teen sex comedies.
sex comedies. I would put Not Another Teen Movie as like that's more in the realm of like scary movie to me. Like
Yeah, it's like
Like a
goofy
parody.
comedy.
yeah,
Yeah.
parody.
Like a parody.
It's total parody. But then is Scream a teen movie? Because
No, it's a slasher film.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's got teenagers.
It's a teen slash.
Yeah, but most
Teen
slashers,
slasher.
most
Yeah.
slashers do have teens. though.
Prom Night,
Slasher.
Disturbia. These are teen movies.
Now we're really
Disturbia
being
is a good
cucks
one. I didn't
it.
think about that.
Now we're really cucking it out, huh? Jesus Christ. So what do you? It's Not Another Teen Movie.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking of like in terms of like funnier, and I don't know. I didn't sit down and think like teen movies. What movie? So we're just talking teen comedy here. Like, Superbad's definitely up there because all the ones that we just named, like I think Superbad's
Teen
better
Wolf?
than- I mean, pound for pound,
Not for me, but
Teen Wolf.
yeah, no.
Pound for pound, I don't know if Superbad is better than Scream. But that's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for you to reel it back in. I was like, all right, he's got a point. I hear you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I get
no,
what you're saying though. Scream definitely is a better put together movie than Superbad is.
Yeah.
But they're definitely not the same type of movie.
They're not the same genre, I wouldn't say.
So okay, so what
Although
teen
Let's say
movies-
teen comedy.
what teen comedies
Yeah.
do you compare to this one?
I think that's what makes Superbad so great is that it's kind of in a league of its own. Because like you would say the American Pie movies, but they're like I just feel like am I wrong about this? Like the sex comedy thing? Because I think sex comedy is different than the kind of comedy that we're getting in Superbad.
Yeah, but I do think that like teenagers being teenagers, like coming of age, I think that needs to be the genre more so, like teen coming of age, not the type of comedy that's being told. Because then you can compare this to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because those comedies are similar, but one's
Yeah,
teenagers and one's adults. So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, so they got to tie in like with that similar style of comedy and both be teenagers. Then that only really leaves us with Superbad. Yeah, I don't know what you would compare it to at that point. I mean, you could compare it to like American Graffiti, maybe, or Dazed and Confused, or
Yeah, Dazed and Confused is another one.
Yeah. does Grease,
Fast Times.
does Grease count?
Sure.
Ooh.
Okay,
That's
Also a
interesting.
musical, but yeah, sure.
yeah,
Fast Times
I
counts.
like that little sneak in there. Oh, it's a
Well-
musical, but yeah.
But still, yeah, no. Not a movie,
A
but
teen musical.
Does Ferris Bueller count?
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller counts.
I like Ferris Bueller better.
The other one that we just
Then
said,
Superbad?
Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah. Superbad's
I
fun.
definitely don't.
No,
No.
I think I like Ferris Bueller better for you know. I don't know, like being. It's like got these little hints of wisdom in it,
Okay.
and it's really nice.
It's trying to teach a lesson.
Yeah, through this
It
like
is. It is
kid
trying to
that
teach
is,
a
like,
lesson.
That's an example of a kid that's written from an adult mind.
100%.
It's like- but it works for it. Anywho, about this movie, I don't know. What do you like better than Superbad?
I think the only one in like the teen coming of age like subset of movies that is American Pie's 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why I'm so hung up on is it the same thing?
I say call it the same thing.
I think American Pie 1 for sure for me is a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
American Pie 2 probably loses out to Superbad. But like Superbad is something I got to see in real time. American Pie, those movies came out, we were too young to really get
What was
it.
that,
And
like
then
2004?
I think American Pie 1 was 2002, 3 or 4
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in that range. We were definitely too young to be watching it, and even if you did, 70% of the movie is right here over your head for the people who aren't watching.
Oh, I watched it too young, so I can't compare.
So going back and watching it, that was a movie like end of high school, early college. I'd watch the American Pies a lot. Just because you could put it on and write a paper, put it on and fuck off. Like, I've seen it so many times. I could just throw it on. And I just need to hear it. I don't need to watch,
Yeah.
But SuperBad's like that too. Maybe it's a 1A, 1B deal. I don't know. Semantics. I like them both a lot, but I think American Pie might edge it out.
Yeah. What do you
Mr.
think?
Bryan.
I don't know. I don't really remember the American Pies too much. If we're considering, like I said before, if we're considering Hot Rod a teen movie, which I don't, it seems like a coming of age film, but kind of like a funny one.
It kind of
I
is
thought they
a
were older. I thought they were
They
older
are.
than Hot Rod.
They are.
Yeah.
But they act young? Is that what it is?
It's
Well, so like the premise of it
Yeah.
is Rod is Andy Samberg, and then Yorma Takun is his stepbrother.
Yeah.
His mom had him. His dad died when they were young. She tells him that his dad was a stuntman, worked with Evel Knievel, and he died doing a stunt because he used to practice all the ramps before they let Evil do it. Turned out to not be true. So she gets remarried. It's so great, dude. So she fucking gets married to Yorma's dad, and every morning he tries to fight Frank for his respect. So he's kind of like a grown kid. He's probably 24, 25, 26 in that age range, right?
Probably.
But he like hasn't really become an adult because he has never accepted.
And all the people around him kind of act the same way.
Yeah,
so
they're
it's not
all
like a teen
grown
movie,
children.
Yeah.
but the mindset is
Bill
definitely
Hader,
there.
Danny McBride.
So
Yeah.
in that case, all right. So then scrap Hot Rod. If that's the case, then I would have to say Superbad's probably my favorite.
Here's
be
another
honest.
heavy hitter, though. Wet Hot American Summer.
Yes.
Which I think is funnier
I don't think
than any
I
of
don't
these
think it's
movies
better
named.
than Superbad.
I don't think it's a better movie.
I watched it once.
You
by
think it's
far.
funnier because it's so like. I'm saying, do you think it's funnier because it's so like?
I was about to be like, tell me about me.
No. I'm asking you. Do you think it's funny? It's funny or funnier because of how like lazily done it is on purpose? If that's the right way to convey what I'm trying to say.
No.
You know what I mean,
think,
right?
I
Like-
think it's funnier because of like the ridiculous little things they do. That's like, all right. For instance, they got this one. They have this one scene where the camp counselor is like walking with a bunch of kids, and then this Janine Garofalo's character walks up and starts a conversation with him. So he dismisses the kids. He's like, all right, go run off and get back to your cabins. And then we just follow the two talking. But one of the kids runs directly back away from the camera into the woods. And they're having this 5-minute scene, but the kid can't, like, he can't just stop running. He's still in the shot. So the whole time you see him get smaller and smaller and like passing behind trees.
You know what
until the
else?
scene's
That's
done.
because I know you've said on this podcast before. You've said on this podcast before at least twice that you're a big fan of people, whether it be directors or whoever, getting people out of the scene without just walking off camera.
Yes, and Wet Hot American Summer
Yeah,
is one of the
they
best
crushed
ones.
that. They crushed that. People will just jump out the window. Guy will just be like, all right, I'm pretty sure they're out on the deck, right?
They're on the dock.
They're on the dock, and he's just like, all right, well, I'll see you later, and walks right off the dock.
Yeah, he's sitting there having two guys are sitting there having a conversation, and a girl walks up, and the one dude's like, "Oh, here's my chance. You got to get out of here." And he's like, "All right, cool." And he stands up and just walks off the dock.
You know what it is? My roommate put it on when we were like writing up reports, and he's seen it before. And I remember glancing over and thinking, "This is ridiculous." Maybe I should probably go back and
So
rewatch it.
watch the movie
Yeah.
and then watch the series on Netflix because they did.
The series.
I watched the series on.
Oh, the
Netflix.
series on
Yeah,
Netflix.
That I've seen.
How funny is it?
It is-
Because
it
they
is
do
funny.
nothing. They do nothing to try to make themselves not look old.
Yeah, I think there's another one being made too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, it already came out, didn't
Yep.
it? And Adam Scott's in
Yep.
lieu of Bradley Cooper. I think Bradley
You would know
Cooper's
better
too
than
big
I
now, and they threw Adam Scott in.
Yeah, Bradley
And
Cooper's
he was
a
like, "Yeah, I
big
got a
wig.
nose job."
Adam Scott did?
Yeah. No. He
Who's
came in
Adam
the-
Scott?
Oh,
Adam.
Adam Scott is Leslie
in
Knope's
Parks and Rec, yeah.
husband.
Is he Parks and Rec? Is he also Step Brothers? The brother
Yes.
and Step Brothers?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's what I thought
He's
you were talking
Derek.
about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Derek.
Yep.
Yep.
No, he didn't actually get another job. They replaced Bradley Cooper with him in the show,
Gotcha.
and his excuse is,
He
"I
got
got
a nose job." Yeah, that's the
pretty
kind of
good. That's
shit they
pretty
do
good.
in that. That's a good movie and show.
Yeah, definitely watch the movie. I don't think there's some ridiculousness in there that's like, this isn't funny, this is just over the top.
Yeah.
But the jokes that hit really hard. Anywho, back to the movie at hand. Yeah, I can't think of another teen movie that
No.
I'd be like, all right, this is what you gotta watch.
So it's pound for pound one of the best.
One of the best for sure.
Movie
I
you'd
think I
show
gotta,
your
like,
kids.
sit down and like look at a list of teen movies and find one and be like, oh, okay, that one.
Get a couple of BuzzFeed articles going.
Yeah.
And really do your research, you know?
Exactly.
I'm trying to think. There's not really much. I mean, this is your pretty standard setup camera-wise, right? I mean, there's not really much cinematography. We're not really raving about the cinematography in this movie. There's not much to talk about there.
No.
Editing, anything.
I mean, no, I don't
No.
have any specific examples of scenes that come to mind.
No, I
Make it
mean, I
wild.
watched it last night. It's like,
Love that they fuck up a cop car as far as special effects go. Like, that's wild.
yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And they hand him the gun and they're like, all right, you wanna
I don't
try?"
know. Can you?
Yeah, can I shoot it? Here, McGlovin, have a cigarette. Life's short. Smoke it up. That's one of my favorite lines in the entire movie, dude. That whole bit is amazing. The whole deal with him and the two cops might be the most underrated part of the movie.
That whole storyline, I think, is like it's like a buddy cop film that could just live on its own, you know. But then they threw it in this
Yes.
film as like comic relief.
You think that's how it came in? Like, let's do like you think that's how they wrote it? Like, let's do a buddy cop deal?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it is kind of parodying the buddy cop thing.
Yeah.
This guy's Michael's only got 6 months on the force.
Yeah.
Dude, when I first got on, I thought there was going to be semen everywhere. Like just today, if that guy had ejaculated after he punched you in the face, we'd probably find him. But he didn't, so we're not going to find him, you know? It's like CSI, Law and Order, it's all fake, dude. He's like, you'd think there's semen all over the place. It's not true. And then when they're sitting, you always take a call at a bar because win, lose, or draw, you get a free beer out of it.
Get a free beer out of it.
That's what he says.
Yeah, because he chugs the beer and then he chases after the guy.
They go in
He
and
means as a cop taking
yeah,
Fun.
because you always take a call at a bar because win, lose, or draw, you get a
Yeah,
free
you just
beer
dip.
out of it. And that's when they're sitting at the bar. He goes, yeah. Now you don't want to meet a girl at a bar, McLovin. It's like you never want to. You never want to meet a girl at a bar. And then I met my first wife at a bar, who was a whore, by the way. Goes on that whole deal. And he's like, on the
Yeah.
night of our wedding, we had group sex that I wasn't a part of. I listened to it from the other room. 23 months later, we found out she was, in fact, a whore. It's like, yup, caught her on the street, pinched her. It's like, I met my current wife at paintball. Yep, shot me right in the throat. Knew she was the one. Bill Hader is incredible,
Bill
dude.
Hader.
Yeah,
Oh my
his
God.
delivery is
He's
so
also
good.
great in Hot Rod.
Is he
Yes,
great in
Yes,
Hot
he's
Rod?
fantastic
also
in
great
Hot
in Hot
Rod.
Rod, dude.
Fantastic.
Hey, I'm a big Bill Hader fan. Documentary now.
Oh my
Barry.
god, documentary now is
I've
so
never seen Barry.
funny, dude.
Barry should be seen. by everyone.
All right, I'll take your advice.
Oh my god. So, where do we dig into after this?
We should get into the awards. Oh, that's the other thing I have to bring up. We usually do Oscars, but obviously this movie was not nominated by the
For
Academy
anything.
for anything. Couple of MTV movie awards, couple of Canadian movie awards. I didn't get specifics because who gives a fuck? It's the Academy or nothing. We don't care. I don't care about it. You won 2008 MTV Movie Awards. Great, good for you guys. Don't care. We can take a break, unless you got anything, and then we can come back and really get into it.
We can take a break and then I'll think some.
Do the old break.
So let's be honest for a second. I'm wearing Saatchi Di Dinero. This hoodie, this has got to be the most comfortable thing that I've worn in a while. So if you're going to wear this, make sure you wear it on Monday. Why?
Because it's motivated, money-making Monday morning, baby.
And if it's not Monday, you better make sure it's on a Friday.
It's Fresh Cut Friday on Fresh Fit Friday.
And we got codes for the holiday season. What are they?
The code is HAVOC, HAVOC, at checkout for 10% off your total purchase. That's SachiDiDinero.com. Brand new release, brand new arrivals, the new Sachi hoodie. It's got the logo embossed on the hood. They're available in clay and gray blue. You want to go get those fast.
Come on, go get it now.
Sachi Di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. We are back, and it is time to do our little award section of the show.
Real quick, I'm stuck on this thought because I finally did some research on that break, and I realized I do have one teen comedy that I think is better. And that's Booksmart. Have you seen it?
Whose book is that?
That's Seth Rogen's sister is in it.
Seth
Rogen. No, Jonah Hill's sister. I forget her name, which is totally disrespectful. Booksmart is fucking Olivia Wilde wrote and directed it. I think it's a 2019
Who's the male lead?
film. Jonah Hill's sister and
We're gonna get canceled for asking about the male lead. Doesn't matter.
the
Doesn't
male
matter
lead?
who the male.
Yeah, how do you know that he?
Oh, is that what you said? Who's the male?
Yeah,
lead?
who's the male lead?
There is none.
Oh,
Yeah, it's these two.
I don't think I've
Huh.
ever seen this movie.
You should see this movie. This is a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Anywho, another the premise is very similar. Two loser girls who is their last night and they don't want to leave high school just being losers.
Okay.
They want to have
Virgins.
one good. Are they virgins?
They don't want to
Probably.
leave high school virgins. I'm saying.
Oh well, they just don't want to leave losers, which is
Gotcha.
essentially SuperBad's
Kind
thing
of,
too.
yeah.
I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Jonah Hill's character always says, "I don't want to leave here a virgin."
It's really he doesn't want to be a
wanna-
loser.
He
Yeah.
doesn't want to leave a loser. And then you also got the you have one aggressive, outspoken friend who's just like, yeah, we gotta fucking do this, and then the other one who's like, no, I'm cool, just like maybe sitting inside and we'll just hang out like we always do.
Yeah. Shotgun beers in the basement.
Yeah, exactly. And then one of them might have different plans for the future, and then the aggressive one is like, what, I thought we were fucking in this together till the end. So a lot of parallels. Go check it out. This movie.
Before we do the heat check, I just have to give a special shout out. Carla Gallo, name ring a bell. Actress Carla Gallo is the period blood girl.
Okay.
Okay. This is one of 4 hypersexualized roles for Carla Gallo in a Judd film. 40-year-old virgin, she's the toe-sucking girl.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
SuperBad, she's period blood girl.
Okay.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, by the way, is 2008. She's the gag me girl in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Gag me.
And
Oh,
then
yes.
she is Destiny in Get Him to the Greek. It's a little microphone. You remember?
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
4 roles where she's hypersexualized in a Judd movie.
Good for
Just
her.
wanted to give her a special shout out because I remember I saw her in Get Him to the Greek. I'm like, this is the same fucking girl from Forgetting Sarah
Your
Marshall.
effort-
And then I was like, wait a minute, this is the same girl from fucking 40-year-old virgin. And then I saw her last night. I'm like, yo, this girl, first ballot Hall of Fame for
Yeah.
fucking weird hypersexualized acting.
Your efforts are not going unnoticed.
Good for you, Carla. Heat check. It's really only one, I think, for this movie. It's Joe Latuglio, Francis.
I am going to argue this. The homeless guy. I think better actor. I
The
think
homeless
Joe
guy.
had some, he had some funny lines, and that's awesome. But this homeless guy, like, you believe this man is fucking crazy. When he's like, give me the booze. And, like, this dude is not, he is relentlessly convincing you that he's a crackhead. You don't even give it to him. You probably
I
don't
didn't
even
even think
consider
about it.
him an actor. You're probably like, no, that's just some crazy guy that
I mean,
came
obviously
on
he's an
camera.
actor, but like, I don't know.
I didn't even consider him, to be honest with you. But
Alright.
I get what you're saying.
All right. He's like the Gary Oldman of random crackheads showing up on screen to me. It's like, I
gotta-
didn't even notice that guy was an actor.
What's
He's
his
just like,
name?
What's his name?
You don't even know the
I don't
man's
know his
name.
name.
No respect.
I didn't know Joe's. Did you know Joe's name?
No, I didn't know Joe Latuglio's name, but he is a perfect that guy.
He is.
He's
I
the
remember him
perfect
from
that guy.
I remember him from this and Pineapple Express.
Yes, I remember from Pineapple Express.
I don't know what else.
Isn't he a teacher? Is he the teacher in Pineapple Express? That's
Yeah.
what he is. He,
Middle finger, don't stop the clock.
he is like the ultimate that guy in every movie he's in. Obviously don't have the list in front of me, but
Yeah.
Bryan was saying before the whole car ride over, he's like, one of you guys could have sat up front with me. Like, it's safe. And like, nah, we're all good up here, safe in the back seat. He's like, so, you guys got my space? Even before that, when he hits him, he's like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, this is going to happen one of two ways. You're either going to give me a fuckload of money or a fuckload of booze right now. And then he's like, all right, man, here you go. Take it. It's $7. He's like, look, man, like, I just wanted, like, not a big deal. I have a warrant out for a non-violent crime. So, like, I'm a cool guy. Like, I'm a cool guy. We could settle this. Like, what, you guys need booze? Come on with me. We're going to a party. Like, that whole, and then he gets there right to the phone. And like, what are you calling your friends again? What are you calling your fucking friends again? You gonna come fuck my house up again like last time? Nah, get the fuck out. He's like, nah. What's his name? Kevin? Mark.
Might have been something.
Mark.
Like that.
It's like, nah, I'm the cousin whose house it is,
yeah.
who grabs him and throws him out. He's like,
Yeah.
Mark, no, you don't have to do this. And then he throws him and hits him, and he's on the ground, and he gets up, and he uppercuts him in the balls, right? And then right away he's like, my fault, I'm sorry. Tiger got out of the cage. Tiger got out of the cage. I'm going to put him back. It's all right. It's not. And then they basically kick his ass, and that's the last you see of him. But it's a fucking, he is 107 miles an hour for all like 7 minutes he's on the screen.
I think they need to make I think he needs a movie. Like for the like a
Like that
prequel.
Francis?
A prequel. What did he do last time?
What was the nonviolent crime?
Yeah. Or was the nonviolent crime even related to him calling his friends to come trash the house? What is that? Completely separate.
I'm going with yes. I'm going with it separate.
It's separate?
Yeah, this is just
yeah.
he's just a party trasher
Yeah.
who also happened to fucking commit
Who
Grand
doesn't
Theft
look
Auto
like
or
a
something.
party trasher.
No, which is why it's amazing.
Yeah.
Bryan, you feel much the same?
Yeah, it's got to be the same guy for me, to be honest. It's
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's really funny. I felt like that scene early in the movie when he hits him with the car. It kind of set the tone for how the rest of the movie was gonna go. Because I feel like before that we were kind of introing, we were learning kind of about the two characters, and then we figured out, all right, so the mission is we got to get beer and there's a party tonight.
Yes.
Now things are kind of we're going. He walks in, gets the beer, the homeless guy.
Yeah.
Goes crazy. He winds up getting hit by the car, gets punched in the face. That's when things start happening. And I feel like it was a big scene with him. It set the tone, and then it set up everything that happened.
And he is
later
kind of
on.
the catalyst that separates them from Fogel.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I mean, it isn't really. It's the cops. They're
the
running
cops.
away, and then he gets hit. He's what takes them on the rest of their journey.
Right. And we needed Fogel to be with the cops because,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you for that.
Listen, I'm okay with the homeless guy. You're allowed to have your own opinions.
Oh, am
here.
I?
Yeah.
I actually found out his name, if you'd like. That guy's, his name is Clement Blake is the homeless guy's name.
Clement Blake.
Yeah.
Shout out Clement.
All right, so he has a name. Now do you consider him?
He's got a name.
No.
All right.
Most quotable.
He's a huge catalyst too. He disrupts all the dreams. They had the Goldschlager. And then they don't. Because homeless man Joe got fucking rowdy on the bus.
It's true.
Was he on the ground? Is Bill Hader pointing his gun at homeless man? When he's like, sister, what you little mister, sister?
I think it is Bill Hader.
Was he pointing it at homeless Joe though?
Was he pointing it at the homeless guy, or was he pointing it at them when he has them on the ground?
Oh, at the kids.
He's
Oh,
pointing
that's right.
at,
Yeah, it
at
could be
Seth
one
and
of them.
Evan.
Yeah. Fucking memory. Shot.
My all-time
Okay.
favorite for the quote.
Yeah.
My current favorite is whatever, dude. Go piss yourself again, dude. That was like 8 years ago. People don't forget. But there's also you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours. Yeah, the funny thing about that, Jules, about my back is that it's actually on my cock. There's oh fuck me, right? Which is just
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, people say that all the
it's
time.
worked its way
Yeah.
into everyday conversation.
Yeah.
Similar to how we were talking about forgetting Sarah Marshall
Yeah,
with
I'll go fuck myself.
I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with that, but I mean, there's so many you could go with. Just off the top of my head, I always enjoyed. Well, somebody has a test tomorrow. After they're questioning
exam.
her, after they're
An
an
exam.
exam, right? Well, apparently someone has an exam tomorrow. Do you remember this? So
No, what's the context?
McLovin gets punched in the face. They're taking the report from the clerk,
Yeah.
and they're like asking her a bunch of questions. They're like, "Did he look like me? You know, did he look like you? Was he like, how tall was he? Like, tell me when to stop."
Yeah.
And she gets all like frazzled, and she's like, "I can't deal with this. I have a test tomorrow." And she like,
She's like, I told you, I
Yeah.
have an exam tomorrow, a veterinary
Yeah.
exam.
That's what it was.
I can't deal with this bullshit. And,
and then
walks
she
off.
storms off. And then Seth Rogen's standing there, and he's like, "Well, apparently somebody has an exam tomorrow." And then, and that's when they wind up outside.
That whole exchange is great because they're like, how tall is he? Say when. And Bill Hader's going this way. And then Seth goes, I'll go from the bottom. And I'll go up. You stop us when. She's like, I don't know, 5'10". However tall 5'10" is, that's how. They're like, well, did he look like us?
Yeah.
Or like you? And she's like, a woman? He's like, no, like African. Like, no, he wasn't African. He looked just like you guys. And Seth Rogen goes, oh, Jewish, great. 5'10" Jew in a hoodie, got it.
5'10" Jew in a hoodie.
No, another one of my favorites, I said it before, is hear McLovin have a cigarette. Life's short, smoke it up.
I mean, I love. Oh shit! It's the cops.
Oh man! Oh shit! It's the cops.
I love that, and prepare to get fucked by the long dick of the
Prepare
law.
to get fucked by the long dick of the law. Incredible. I love the bar scene
Yeah.
with my first wife, who was a whore, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like
Just
there was-
couldn't
Even
stop
the
drawing
bar scene
dicks.
when they got the radio on the counter, and they're calling in the thing, and they're like, "There's blood everywhere," and he just leans over and turns it off. And then they start talking about the lives. Shit's ridiculous.
like, oh my God, we need backup. There's blood everywhere. And he just turns it off.
He just turns it off.
But then, after he already turned it off, like 3 minutes later, they finish the beer, and he goes, with his mouth, he goes, Cop car 68, we got a call, can't pay for these, gotta go. Should we get some road beers? Yeah, give me like 13 beers to go.
I don't know if that could be a favorite quote. There's blood everywhere.
Just turns off the radio.
That's fucking amazing. Holy shit. I like
Break yourself, fool.
Yeah. You know what kind of foods look like dicks? The best kinds.
No popsicles, no sandwiches, no hot dogs. I don't know. I think I might have to land on people don't forget.
What does he say?
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
what I would've went
She
with.
wants Seth's special dressing in and around.
Oh,
no.
she wants my dick in and around her mouth.
She wants Seth special dressing, dude.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, she says both of those things. He
Yeah,
goes,
yeah, yeah.
she wants my dick. She wants Seth's special dressing. She wants my dick in, and he goes around her mouth. What did he say? There was another quote during that too when they were in the home ec class. The fuck did he say? Something to the context of, it's fucking home ec, dude. No one fucking takes this
It's like, no,
seriously.
I don't want to disrespect your profession or
That's
anything.
what it was. Yeah.
He's like, but it's home ec. Everyone takes this class to get an A. He's like, I didn't get a partner. I'm washing and drying. He's like, look at Evan over there. Look at how much fun they're having. He's with the little Asian
And he's
kid.
like, and I'm washing and drying dishes
Yeah.
like a single mother over here.
Is that what he said?
And it's just like, holy shit, dude.
And then when they're arguing about when Seth's being a little dick, and he's arguing, he's like, "Whatever, you two losers have fun at Dartmouth. I'm going to state where the girls are half as dumb, half as smart, and thus twice more as likely to fillet me."
You know what else was a good line? Right before he gets hit by the car, they're talking about going to the party and like losing their virginity and everything, and Evan takes out
the lube?
the little tube. And Seth's like, what are you going to do, Evan? Lube up your 4-inch little penis? What are you going to do? And he fucking picks it up and throws it across the fucking, he throws it across the parking lot. And then that guy drives over it when they leave, if you remember. After
Yeah.
the whole scene, after he gets up by the car.
These girls are 18 years old, dude. They're good to go. What do you think? Becca's gonna be like, "Oh my God, thank you, Evan. Thanks for bringing this gigantic bottle of lube for your 4-inch cock."
It's such a good movie. It really is.
Oh my God.
God damn.
These
I don't
all
know.
just fucked up my best quote. thing.
Sorry.
These girls
There's
are
just too many.
They're
I
half as
know.
smart and thus twice more likely to fellate me.
I mean, the radio thing is probably my favorite joke in the whole fucking
Don't forget
movie,
about I mean we've mentioned it a couple times, but the We're Blood Brothers. It was fucking hysterical.
Wait, we mentioned that off camera
Oh,
during the break.
You're right, we did.
Yeah, break
So
that,
then, yeah.
break
Another
that
good
down.
quote. Fucking he's dancing with the one girl. And then I think is it Mark? Mark's the same guy that walks over
Mark
to him
is the cousin.
with
yeah.
the gas
Yeah, the
can.
gas can.
And he's like, oh god, I just remembered another quote too. Anyway, he fucking walks over to him with the gas can and he's like, "You've been dancing with my girl?" And he's kinda like looking at him. And then he points to the pants and fucking Jonah Hill's like, "Yeah, dude, we're blood brothers."
He's
And
like, "Oh, you
then-
got a period stain too? We're blood brothers, dude. Sick."
The other scene I just remembered, and I should, you know what? We'll save it because this is probably my best scene. To be honest, we'll save it.
All right.
All right. I don't have a best one. I can't. Like,
They're all so great. The two that I always laugh the most at is Go Piss Yourself Again. Dude, that was like 8 years ago. People don't forget. And the funny thing about my back is that it's actually located on my cock. Those are the two that I always laugh at the most. So those are the ones I'll give the shout out to. But I mean, every single one we listed, you can't miss.
yeah.
The one that resonates with me is, and like you said, I laughed at the whole entire movie. The one scene I always am cackling at is when Evan winds up in the bedroom with Mark and the other guys, and they're doing coke in the bedroom.
It's Jimmy's brother, the
And he
singer.
walks in, and he's like, "You're Jimmy's. I know you. You're Jimmy's brother. You're the singer." And then they make him sing a song in front of all these people while they're doing drugs. And Mark's fucking snorting lines off the fucking table, and he like comes up and starts fucking going crazy. And they have him singing the song the whole fucking time. I don't know why. It really doesn't have anything to do with the movie. I just thought it was fucking hysterical.
No, yeah, that is an amazing scene.
Oh man, it's so.
He's like,
funny.
"I promise I'm not that guy." They're like,
he's
"My brother
singing
flew."
fucking,
He's like, "My brother flew out from what town in Arizona?" Does he
Right,
say?
you're not gonna sing for my brother?
It's like my brother flew out. My brother flew out for the night from Sedona, Arizona. He's like, "You're not
He
gonna sing
starts
for him?"
singing "These Eyes Are Crying." They're singing it with him.
Yeah,
as he's
that's
singing it
amazing.
out loud.
yeah, that.
I think it would probably have to be that scene. I also liked when they were blasting what's the name of the song? Panama?
Panama.
And they're doing burnouts in the cop car.
Yeah.
Are we on best scene now?
I think we're on best scene now.
I didn't mean to
Best
just
scene
listen.
now.
No, that's fine.
Into best scene.
It's a
No,
good
that was a
segue.
great that was good at.
I
It
got you.
was good trans.
Yeah.
Good segue. I think my early favorite for sure has got to be the Ghostbusters dick drawing treasure chest.
I was just thinking, take drawing treasure chest.
That one's good.
The
Because like all it does is
you dropped your dick on
all
Becca's
it
foot.
really does. It sets up his whole trauma,
Essentially, yeah.
like, and his jealousy of Becca with Evan.
Little double whammy.
Yeah, that's a really good fucking scene.
Becca's a fucking bitch, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd she even ever do to you? She's like, all right, well, listen, it's not even that big of a deal. Happens in like 1 in 1,000 kids or something. But I just couldn't stop drawing dicks. It's like one day I'm finishing up this real veiny, masterpiece. Like, and you dropped your dick on Becca's foot. I dropped my dick on Becca's foot.
I think my favorite scene is the liquor store.
The liquor store is really good.
Yeah, just the way that's all put together and the like tension of it, and then it's just like, oh, he gets the booze.
I'm gonna go before. Liquor store scene's good right before it when Jonah Hill goes into the supermarket and he starts playing out all the scenarios about what's going to go on. That whole scene, but more specifically, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your years. You're welcome, Seth. Good luck fucking Jules. He's like, thanks. Or no, she says, have fun fucking Jules. And he goes, I will.
And then he gets his throat slit, right?
That's
the dream?
The third one is
The
when
third
he's
one.
thinking
Gotcha.
about the third dream. He's thinking about stealing it, and then the one
And the
guy
homeless
looks at
guy
him,
comes in.
security guard looks at him and goes, "Don't do it, kid."
Oh no, not this. I'm thinking of two different.
No, yeah,
scenes.
it's the security guard looks at him and goes, "Don't do it, kid," and then he winds up getting his throat slit with the broken bottle. And what's the first situation before that is he just goes up and pays for it with that. Like, how old are you? I'm 22.
Yeah.
You sure are. And then they ring it up. And he goes, that'll be $80. He pulls out fucking money, goes like this, gives it to him, and the cashier takes it, and it's an $80 bill. And then the cashier goes, have a nice day, Seth, and gives him the high 10, even though they never exchanged names. She's like, have a nice day, Seth, gives him a high 10. That whole bit, also incredible. That might edge out the Dick treasure chest.
Dick Treasure Chest was good.
I think I do love that bit. I think that the liquor store carries more weight in the script to me. I think that's what wins that for me. So then
It's
next
fair.
to that, there's the bar scene,
Also really good.
which is great.
Yeah.
I don't know I want to see a fucking spinoff
Of the
like,
cops.
yeah,
Of
I
the
just
cops or
want-
of Francis?
No, just the cops and Fogel.
I'm going to fit this in right here while we're talking about scenes. You know this. I bring this up quite often on this show. More typically with older films. Is this like one of the last great hurrahs for Sigs Inside in film? There are
Sigs
so
Inside.
many indoor cigarettes in this movie.
Six Inside. One of the last
There's-
great.
There's multiple Sigs Inside at the first party. There's Sigs Inside at the bar.
Yeah.
There's Sigs Inside in a house at some point, I'm pretty sure, like outside of the house parties.
What's your favorite Six Inside movie?
Oh, man.
I think of
mean,
Casino.
Casino might be my favorite. That's its whole new subgenre of movies, dude. Sigs
You
Inside.
can add it to the list.
Wasn't that fucking really long one that they just did? The Irishman, wasn't that a big Sigs Inside movie too? Or am I thinking wrong?
It might have been, but it didn't glamorize
Cas-
nearly as much as Casino.
Casino might be my favorite Sigs Inside movie of all time, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Superbad with multiple indoor cigarettes. Big fan.
His last is the last big hurrah.
It's
for
the
Six
last of the
Inside.
Mohicans, dude. It's the last of the Marlboros
There's got to be more
in
movies.
film.
Nah, there's got to be more movies after this week.
No, there probably are, but like, when did it really become an issue where you stop seeing it every day in film and TV?
Did Wolf of Wall
Right
Street
around-
not have a lot of Six Inside?
Wolf of Wall Street is I'm pretty sure I've said it on the Wolf of Wall Street pod, is that movie was a resurrection of Sigs Inside. I'm pretty sure I said it on the.
They were like, we're setting the tone.
Yeah, dude.
No,
It's
wait.
the 80s again.
But those ones are period
So is this full
pieces.
circle?
For sure.
Period pieces are also a little harder though, you know, because that was the whole big thing with
So You're
Netflix.
saying when you said that, you knew that Superbad was the end and that Wolf of Wall Street was the resurrection of Six Inside, and that there
You've
was
been-
like a 7-year gap.
Yeah, dude, it's a long game.
So you're plugged in on this
I've been
topic.
studying Sigs
Gotcha.
Inside of film for a long time, dude. Nah.
It's got the flag on it.
I know Stranger Things 3 is when it became a big to-do because there was a lot, not even Sigs Inside, just Sigs in film in general.
Stranger Things 3.
Stranger Things Season 3.
They had a lot more cigarettes than the first two seasons.
I don't know if they had more cigarettes, but Stranger Things Season 3 is when it became an issue where Netflix made the motion to no more smoking cigarettes on anything that's on Netflix. And then people were up in arms and said, well, we're not going to work with you then because, like, Stranger Things is a period piece. It's the fucking 80s.
It's the 80s. People
Everyone's
were smoking
smoking
cigs. Yeah.
And the guy who is, I forget his name, he's also in the Black Widow movie as, like, Captain Russia or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like the sheriff or whatever in Stranger
Yeah, I know
Things,
you're talking
right?
about.
He's the sheriff of a town where fucking alien outbreaks are happening in the 80s, and you don't think he's going to chain smoke
And it's
Marlboros?
small town Indiana.
Yeah.
Chain smoking.
He's definitely chain smoking. But that was when they were trying to make the motion where it was completely not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I gotta check the battery. 2%.
And then, all right, do we have a charger?
I do have a charger. No. Yeah. Right over here. What do we do? Do we stop it?
No, you don't. If you can get to it, you don't have to. We could keep it going and as it's going. Are we gonna die before you get there?
No.
All right. Dave Harbour is the guy's name, the actor, David Harbour. This was when Netflix tried to just get rid of it, and then people obviously protested.
Mm-hmm.
So then they agreed to give it a specific rating. So now, if you,
I was gonna say, so now when you started,
I don't know who protested it, but a lot of artists and creators had, like Emily had a problem with it, and she doesn't work for Netflix. She's just someone who makes movies.
No, I think it's stupid. I mean,
so the resolution that they came to was to just give it its own rating, and there's like a message, before it comes up when you click play. That it's
listed in like the top part.
It is.
Usually says like suggestive themes and things like that. They list smoking now as
Yep.
I thought smoking was always listed. I don't think that's new.
Really? Maybe I just started noticing it.
I don't know. I know that it has its own separate designation now on Netflix stuff.
Mm-hmm. We have a special guest.
What's up, Big Chief?
Nothing. Can I sit down?
I guess you could sit down, yeah. Baby boy Jack, the producer of Parlez-Vous, just walked into the studio. What's up? It's the Rewind. We're doing SuperBad. Get with it or get lost.
Oh, I'm in. Let's do it.
He's in. But yeah, I mean, is it on the pantheon of movies with SIGs inside? No. It just, it just definitely made my heart smile.
That you saw SIGs happen inside.
Not even just SIGs happening inside. Like, you get the whole... All right. We're here. We got to talk to you about Stay Thirsty for a minute. All right. In October, we had a special promotion going on. Droptober. You had brand new products every week in the month of October. For the holiday season, we got a little something different going on. Isn't that right, Jack?
Yes, sir. This holiday season, we're going to have a mystery box for you guys. You're going to use code HAVOC to get 15% off. Get a mystery box. You're going to give a gift to yourself while you're giving gifts to the people you care about.
Stay Thirsty Co. Drop the OY and focus on you. All right, sorry about that little technical difficulty. We are back. We were talking about the pantheon of movies with SIGs inside, but we can move, the computer dying is a good reason for us to move on from that. And we can get right into, what are we doing now? Best Actor?
We are up to, Best Actor.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I wanted to hear you guys.
Best Performance.
Same thing,
Okay.
yeah. I wanted to hear you guys first because I don't think I ever was able to nail this one on the head. Because, typically this is going to go to the main character, but I just, is it Jonah Hill?
It typically goes to the main character. But,
the last couple of movies we've done, it's been the main character. Not all the time, but it's not Jonah Hill and it's not Michael Cera, I don't think. It's definitely not Michael Cera.
No, I don't think so either.
Michael Cera's just playing himself, essentially.
Yeah, which is all he ever does.
Kind of every movie,
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I originally was pitching for either Seth Rogen or Bill Hader.
I was
just because, I don't know. I was kind of between the heat check and the best performance. I was kind of trying to figure out where they would kind of lie because, like you were saying, it can't be the main characters too much because they don't really
act.
There's really not much going on. But I feel like whenever Seth Rogen or Bill Hader are on the screen, we're like, oh, we're getting into some shit.
Yeah.
There seems to be some energy coming through every time they're kind of on the screen. So that's kind of why I was leaning towards Seth Rogen. I also thought about Fogel, just for the idea that he had to make the character McLovin a real thing. And I feel like people were saying McLovin all the time. Like, it was something like you've seen the T-shirts with the license on.
If you're pale glasses and don't have a beard, you're Fogel.
Right,
McLovin.
you're McLovin. Right.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Best performance is hard to say, but that's what stuck around. That was one of the things that stuck around, at least from the actors from the movie.
I was on Hader or Fogel.
Okay.
Or Christopher Mintz. I'm going with Fogel.
I think I have to go with Fogel.
Yeah, I was on the two of them too.
Yeah.
I was on the two of them too. I'm gonna go with Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah.
Because
we were just like, oh, you have no career right now.
If you right, but talk about the other movies that he's in, like Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like Michael Cera, we just said doesn't really act. He's always just kind of Michael Cera. Not really quite doing the same thing with Jonah Hill because he does act to an extent, but early on he was, kind of a one-trick pony, whatever. Christopher Mintz-Plasse in this movie seems like he's just like an awkward, weird, like scraggly, nerdy kind of kid, like Michael Cera to an extent. But that's him acting because he's not really like that.
Well, no, but he's not nearly as scraggly. Like his character is different from. He's got like a cool side to him. He seems like he would fit in with cooler people. Like he's got some swagger.
He's down to like to do things, to party.
Yeah,
to, like,
and he's saying weird shit like chicka chicka, having a lot of confidence when he says it. So I don't really see him as the same as like this insecure, Evan. He's just weird fucking Fogel.
No, yeah, he's definitely not the same in terms of insecurity, but he's like a fucking weirdo, like an odd man out, an odd character.
Yeah.
Like one of those kids who would fit in with the group where it's really just kind of the three of them and nobody else really likes them.
The indoor
kids.
kids.
In a way. The indoor kids, yeah. But like Michael Cera doesn't really have to try to put off those kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the opposite with Christopher Mintz Plus. Like, because you see him in Neighbors, you see him in Role Models. Role Models is a little more similar.
Yeah, but this is the first thing I saw him in.
This is,
this is
this is the
definitely
first thing I
saw
think.
him
This is the first thing he did, really.
No, I might have seen Role Models before this. I don't think about it. I don't know. When did Role Models come out?
I thought Role Models came out after this.
I think after.
Jack, when did Role Models come out? We'll let that.
I thought it was.
simmer.
Yeah, I think it's later because I remember being older in high school, but I could be wrong.
I want to say 09.
Yeah, I think it was
So
a little
fresh,
bit
so
closer to
fine,
09.
so what? 09. Seniors 09. Fuck with us.
Seniors Llama, dude. Oh no, that was you,
Yeah,
right?
no,
You
that
guys
was
were
us.
Seniors
See,
Llama?
we were Seniors Llama. Seniors
I don't
09,
even
bro.
remember where
Hashtag
ours
get at
was.
us.
The movie Role Models came out November 7th, 2008.
2008,
So
so
the-
just after this.
Just after.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
may
mean,
have seen that before.
So August 2007, over a year later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he probably landed that role
Yeah.
off of Superbad.
100%.
They were like, "All right, dude, you want to make another movie?
Yeah. Oh, you want?
You're in right now.
You want to do this thing?
Yeah.
You're 18 now. Your mom doesn't have to be here anymore.
Leave mom home. Let's make a movie with
Yeah.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Why not?
And you get the whole check.
Yeah, and you get the whole check, dude. Get the whole fucking check.
Yeah,
It's
sure do.
actually written out to you.
Yeah. It's not written out to the guardian of. So we're all in agreement, Christopher Mintz Plus.
I would have to say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Moving on. What do we got?
Because who else would it? I mean, I'm wondering if Emma
No,
Stone is in the conversation.
not her best work.
Okay.
But she wasn't really.
She's
How
not.
often was she
She's
on
not in
camera,
it that
though?
much. She's not yet.
Right,
She's
like-
not.
She shows up in the school in a little bit in the beginning. Shows up again at the party
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah.
Um,
no,
All right. Cool.
Next one we got it is the Kristen Stewart Award for worst acting, which is kind of hard.
the
I mean,
bad acting award. This is a movie that's not littered with a lot of acting, good or bad.
right?
It's kind of just a lot of people doing their job. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a Bill Belichick movie.
Yeah,
Like
everyone just facilitates.
everyone does their
and
job,
We'll
and
put out a good product,
and we're gonna win
Yeah.
the game. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're gonna win the game.
Exactly. We'll win
you
the
meant
box
like-
office.
I thought you meant monotoned and straight faced.
No, I meant just like everyone. We have a system here. Everyone fucking fits a specific cog in the system, and if everyone just worries about doing their job,
Yeah.
we're gonna fucking edge out like a 21-17 victory. And a win is a win, dude. Point differential don't matter. It doesn't come up in the standings. But I flat out being a little rude about it. The young fucking Seth, the kid who played little Seth, not for me, dude. Loser. Worst acting in the movie.
Literally
Kristen
child.
Stewart might have done it better.
Tough.
I don't even really have one for worst acting. I guess Michael Cera because he's kind of just being Michael Cera.
I
know we
accept
talked about
Michael
it
Cera.
before, but I mean everyone's pretty much. I thought everyone was pretty much funny.
I wasn't convinced by the girl that Fogel hooks up with.
Becca, not great.
No, not Becca. The girl.
Oh, the girl
hooks up
Fogel
with.
hooks up with.
Yeah. I wasn't convinced.
Right.
Jewel, no,
No, Jules is Seth.
You're right.
I don't even remember the girl's name.
I don't
that
remember
Fogel
her
hooks
either,
up
to be
Me
with.
honest.
neither. She just grinds on him, and then they go to
They
the
go
room,
upstairs,
and
yeah.
then on his way out, she's like, "I almost fucked him" or something. But that's about all she plays out too.
Yeah, not
I didn't
great.
believe it. I didn't believe it.
Bad job. Bad job on you. Bad job on you, girl. Fogel almost fucks. That should be her name. That's what she's credited as in the credits.
Emma Stone
Girl-
does give a good motherfuck when she gets hit in the fucking noggin.
Yeah, she does.
I'll give her that.
Yeah.
She gives a great ow, I just got hit in the face.
Yeah, it's funny.
Dude, I can never not think of it anytime I think of Emma Stone now, and it kind of sucks because I do like Emma Stone. But you remember when they did the mean tweets on Jimmy Kimmel or
haven't seen
Jimmy
hers.
Fallon or
I
whatever?
know it, yeah.
Yeah, somebody did a mean tweet about her. It was Emma Stone looks like she smells like cat piss.
Oh shit, dude, that's tough. That's fucking tough.
I can't not think of it every time I
Fuck.
see her face now. I'm like, she kind of does a little.
Damn.
Like totally not, but like maybe now it's in my head, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Now you're thinking about
God
it.
damn it. What other awards we got?
Best dressed. Marissa
Best-
Tomei for best dressed.
Yep.
This one's going to Fogel.
Wait, is this the Marissa Tomei award?
The Marissa Tomei Award for best dressed.
From what movie did you?
Believe Emily pulled it from My Cousin Vinny.
Okay. Okay.
Fogel, which I can't believe this whole bit got mixed in the shuffle when we were doing quotes, but Fogel, seriously, go put the vest back away. You look like Aladdin.
I remember that.
What does Jonah Hill say to him first? Michael Cera says, seriously, get rid of the
remember.
vest. You look like Aladdin.
Yeah.
But I forget what Jonah Hill says. Do you remember, Jack?
I don't remember it all, to be honest.
He's like, what's with the
I
fucking
remember
vest?
When you say it,
It's like, what's with the fucking vest, Fogel? You look like something, and I forget what he says.
Is it not like a dad going to a job interview or something
No.
like that? No. Like Aladdin.
Jack, are you on it?
Good.
I'm on it. Jack's on it. Yeah, but seriously, dude, go put that. All right, I'm gonna go put it in my locker. Runs away with the vest, and then even under it, he's got it's like a tuxedo shirt almost that
Yeah.
he's wearing under it. I give him best dressed, hands down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else it would be.
I mean, that's a sweet shirt, which of course is another scene that we just somehow after they get to school because he has the boot on his car. They get home from school, they go to fucking Evan's house. It's like, why are all your clothes so little? Why do you only shop at the Baby Gap? And he's playing, it's SOCOM he's playing, right?
Yep.
And he's like, why did they even make the game if you can't win? You want to go see what my dad has? And then
in the plaid pants.
he comes out rocking the plaid pants and the fucking shirt. And
Yeah.
then they're calling him Johnny Cash at the party.
That's actually who I was gonna say was
Yeah.
best dressed, to be honest.
Jonah?
Just because of that outfit, yeah. That and plus the stuff that he was wearing at school. We keep talking about like timepieces and stuff like that. What he was wearing like at the high school and stuff, very relevant to 2008, 2009.
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts with the fucking open.
Unbutton, open
right?
fucking. Yeah.
That is about as fucking 2009, 2010 as it gets.
Yeah, it's pretty on fire.
He's just dressed like a grip. To
I
me.
can't. It's like I can't wear what I wore to school.
Yeah.
So you can't get laid in cargo pants. Jack, you were laughing. Did you get it? He goes, "What the fuck's with the vest?" Oh, I'm just trying to look older, man. Dude, you look like fucking Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Pinocchio, he says. You look like fucking Pinocchio. And seriously, you look like Aladdin. So Fogel, Jonah.
Yeah, just because of the Johnny Cash
I like the
outfit.
Johnny.
Yeah, I like the Johnny Cash outfit. A good.
Fair
That's
I'll
good.
go Fogel. Because even when he takes that off, he's still like he's wearing something good. He
He's
has,
got
like,
the
2 good
rainbow
outfits.
shirt. Oh no, I'm thinking of the license actually in mine.
Yeah. Actually, I can't that too.
But you don't talk about it,
yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be one of the two, and I'm going Fogel. Or I guess it could be Joe because he's dressed a little fucking pedophile. He's dressed a little funky.
Oh, Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was thinking to myself, when I was watching the movie yesterday,
Yeah.
because I know that the movie's loosely based on their 12th grade year of high school and their experience in high school in the late 90s. And I'm pretty sure they graduated in 99 or 2000. So I was curious about what year the movie was based on.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like 06, 07, something somewhere on a school bus or something. So it is modern day.
Yeah.
2006, 2007 when it's happening.
Okay.
It's the
I didn't
summer
even-
of 07.
I didn't even consider.
That's
it
something
being-
I always think about. Like,
Yeah.
what year is the movie set in? Because sometimes movies that seem like they should be set in the year they were made are actually set like 10 years back. And like, if it's not a movie,
Yeah.
because even like these kids, Now, 2007, I guess, is still the dog days of technology, but Michael Cera's got that piece of shit fucking Motorola flip phone.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of technology in this movie that's going to date it, you know? So it's not like you could look at someone with an iPhone 2 and be like, oh, it's 2008.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of movies set in, like, that were made in the past decade will set themselves 10 years back just to get rid of cell phones.
Yeah.
Just to be like, all right, we'll take care of that fucking plot hole.
Right. Because then every movie is like, well, why wouldn't they just call them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's that movie where the fucking phone is evil.
Jexy?
Is that what it's called?
The one with
the hell you're talking
the
about.
guy from Workaholics, Adam.
What is the fucking Kristen Bell? We talked about this. Remember when we did Get Him to the Greek and Forgetting Sarah Marshall? They made the joke about the killer phone, and then she wound up doing a movie like 2 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I got
Whatever.
nothing for you.
It's fucking throwaway joke.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson Showstopper Award. This goes, of course, named after Rebel Wilson's performance in Jojo Rabbit.
Does this apply? I feel like we're having a hard enough time doing the Heat.
I know who mine is. It's Bill
Yeah.
Hader. It doesn't have to be
Oh, that's right, because they could be
Yeah.
in it more.
It could be in it
It's
as
kind of
much
like
as
a
they-
showstopper that was.
every time they're
Consistently
on.
there.
Pretty much every time they're on screen, they're stealing the show, and that's Bill Hader.
Yeah, I agree.
In
I
this-
had Bill Hader too.
The movie's at its best when Bill Hader's in it.
He's just so funny. And
Yeah.
and I feel like he's always so good at that character, popping up in like a random moment and kind of just saying something or doing something that's hysterical and then kind of just fading out. And
I
moving
feel
on
like he
the
had
next
to have
thing, like-
started. This is all feelings, no facts. I feel like he had to have started as like an improv guy. Because his
He
like
has
could
to
be
be
figured out.
because
his-
he's so I don't
his
know.
comedic timing and like
That's what I'm
the-
saying. Like he pops up.
so many of his
instantly
lines,
funny.
you just feel like they were throwaway lines, and the director was like, "Wait, no, I like that."
Yeah.
You know, like he has that effect on so many of his little like my wife, who was a whore, by the way. Like obviously that line was written, but that somewhere in that exchange there has to be something that he was like, I'm gonna try this, and we're
yeah.
gonna see what fucking
And that's the same
uh,
thing with Hot
Matola
Rod.
says.
He does the same thing in Hot Rod. too.
Yeah,
a
100%.
little bit more on camera in that movie, but the same idea pops up, doing something like when he gets the metal in his eye,
Yeah,
and then he's on acid. It's all hysterical.
Yeah.
he's like door
Hospital.
hospital.
Yeah. And then they show him fighting the guy inside. It's so good.
Because he walks in with he's sharpening skates. He's like, oh, my friend walked in and was like, oh, I got these 2 tabs of acid. Too bad I got to work tonight and not take them. And I was all like, I'll take them.
Yeah.
He takes the acid and then he's fucking sharpening. He works at an ice skating rink.
Uh-huh.
And he's sharpening the skate.
He works at a bowling alley.
Is it a bowling alley?
He works at a
Yeah.
bowling alley, but he has a metal grinder in his garage because he just grinds metal.
Right.
Right. He's like, so I got home and I got back home on the grinder. He's like, and I was grinding down some metal, and he's like, and a piece of shrapnel came up and it hit me in the eye. And when he gets in the car, he's facing this way,
Yeah.
and then he turns to him. He's like, does it look bad? And the whole side of his face is out.
It's like this fucking protruding like 2 inches out of his head.
And he's like, I think it's serendipitous. And then they just drive him to the hospital. It's so fucking funny.
What is he? He points to it before he says hospital.
He
What is
points to a trash can outside the hospital, and he goes, "Hospital." Keep in mind that he has a briefcase, like he's going to an office meeting.
Yeah.
That's what he's got his clothes in. He goes, "Hospital," and he looks back, and he goes, Andy Samberg goes, "That trash can," and he goes, "Hospital." He goes, "Hospital," and then he walks in and starts fighting the nurse.
Walks in
then
and
it
the
fades out.
nurse sees the metal sticking out of his head and goes, "Oh my god!" And he freaks out.
He picks up the briefcase and starts.
So he's like having a stroke while this is.
He's
like,
on acid.
happening.
He's on acid.
Yeah, he's on acid the whole time. It's a really, not to go on a tangent, but it is things like that, and especially in the movie here, like when he pops up, when they're doing the burnouts in the car, when he hands McGlovin the gun, just
When they're fucking throwing the lights on and off to just run red lights and almost causing accidents every time they go.
Can I shoot this? I don't know. Can you?
It's like, can I touch your gun?
Yeah.
He fucking unloads it. Go ahead, man. They're fucking he's like, oh, Michaels can't shoot worth dick. And then they're shooting at the stop sign. The whole thing is great, dude. It's definitely.
and then the fucking transmission comes over. They're like, shots fired, and then they're like, oh shit, that's us, and they get in the car and fucking drive off. So fucking good, dude.
Oh shit, cops. Oh wait, we're the cops.
Yeah, I think it has to be Bill Hader.
Yeah, I'm with Hader. Lock it in. What else we got?
That's it, I think.
That's all the awards? All right. Now, where has our ratings gone?
Yo, this movie is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Did we
It
get it?
is.
Over, did we get you over 8, or did Gage get you over 8 rather?
I think we're
I didn't
Well-
even like dig into the story stuff that I mentioned before. That where you were like, oh, you might have a point. Let's see where it goes. I didn't even touch that, and you're already
Pitch
thinking in
me.
your mind. I don't have to pitch you.
All
You
right,
already
fine.
pitched.
yeah, no, this movie is just so fucking funny. The more you talk about it, the more you're like, how did I forget this scene? How did I forget that? This line's funny. Not a lot of wasted motion. All the jokes hit for the most part. You guys win. I'm gonna go 8.0.
There we go. Sticking with my 8-0.
I'll go up to 8.5 just to make it a nice number.
8.5.
Yeah.
Like it.
Because there were a lot of scenes I forgot about until we started kind of going over
Yeah.
it a little bit more.
You shut up.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. All right. Guys.
Definitely good for a laugh.
Yeah.
Go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a shame we just got Jack at the back end because he's the generation past it.
Right.
He's born 02. So this movie comes out 07. This is like American Pie 1 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how we were talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's theirs? So we were talking before how
What do you think there?
we were talking before about how teen movies are kind of like generationally, like our parents are probably Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Dazed and Confused, and there's American Pie. There is what's the other one we talked about? Oh, The Breakfast Club, and Superbad is probably our generation's like teen movie. What's like the teen movie for you guys?
For us, we grew up like there was a very large like demographic of movies that came out. Cause like my age, kids are still talking about Twilight and fucking Harry Potter and the Hunger Games and shit.
No, yeah, no. Let me be
Games,
more clear. Like teen comedy, like in the style of Superbad or American
kids
Pie.
at, like kids at school.
Exactly.
Movies.
Project X was a big like
I didn't even think about
I didn't even
that.
think of
Project
Project
X
X, but that
massive.
makes so much sense.
Yeah,
because
what year
there's-
was that?
2011,
after we
12.
graduated.
I was
When
my
I
freshman. I
graduated.
was a freshman in college.
You're right. That's a good point.
I was
Because
at Cortland.
there's one specific scene that I can remember where they go, like, they're having the party in the middle of the party, and the fucking dude they got the drugs from comes out of nowhere with the flamethrower, and he's got the flame suit
Right.
on. He's lighting shit up.
Yeah.
I remember that
I totally
very
forgot
big.
about Project X.
Project
Kind
X.
of the same story too, though. Loser kid throws a party,
Yes.
you know,
doesn't
at
wanna
the
be a
house because he
loser
wants
anymore.
to be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of the same idea.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Launchpad for Miles Teller's career.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
everyone in
yes.
that, the whole deal with that movie was they didn't want anyone with any acting experience. And I think Miles Teller was one of the few who had a little
Okay.
bit of acting experience. And anyone else fucking
I don't know anyone
that
else.
he's the only one from that movie I think really that they just right after that it felt like the rocket ship went to his back and he just fucking ascended into the stratosphere.
And then
And then where's he been
burnt
for?
out.
Well, he did
He's
Fantastic
apparently a
Four
big
and
partier.
I believe
Well,
that.
he did one of the worst fucking Marvel movies ever, which isn't his
Fantastic
fault, but-
Four?
Yeah.
Well, you know the deal with that, right? You know the whole story with this.
No.
We'll be quick about it because this is the end of the show, and this isn't about even the superhero genre. But essentially, the long and short of it is 21st Century Fox already knew at this point that they were going to. First of all, they had to make a movie, or they were going to lose the rights, defer them back to Marvel, and therefore now Disney. And so they made the movie because they were dragging their feet. They made it anyway, so they didn't lose the rights. So they didn't really care. They were only doing it to not lose the rights. That's one. Two, they kind of knew they were going to lose everything and sell it back to Disney and Marvel. So the rumor is that they tanked this movie on purpose as well as the Dark Phoenix movie because they knew all those properties were going back to Disney and they didn't want to give them successful platforms. So that's the rumor on why the Dark Phoenix
Whoa,
X-Men movie was
what a
so bad
weird
and
thing
why
to
that
do.
Fantastic. They basically tried to tank Fantastic Four because, like I said, the contract, if they have X amount of years
Yeah.
to make the film or it reverts back. So they were just like, we got to make it. Let's make this piece of shit.
There was a new Fantastic Four being made.
Yeah, with under MCU.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, baby. John Watts is
Yeah,
directing
yeah.
it. Is it John Watts?
I don't know if John Watts is directing, but I saw
John
Kevin
Watts
Feige
is
was
either doing that.
doing his
John
thing.
Watts is doing something. It's either he's doing something else in the MCU soon. It's either Fantastic Four or it's not multiverse.
Things are gonna get fucking weird.
Oh, in the MCU?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently I
Just
heard
multiverse
a
shit.
rumor that Hugh Jackman might be in Doctor Strange 2 as Wolverine. I also heard a rumor it might be the MCU's version of Charles Xavier. The X-Men are about to
Yeah.
show up, and it's probably going to be Wanda's fault.
Is Deadpool gonna show?
Deadpool's 100% going to show up. Probably not in
Who makes Deadpool though?
21st Century Fox. He came over with the X-Men
right.
and with
Yeah.
pretty much the only Marvel property they don't own anymore is the Spider-Man property.
Yeah.
Sony was like, hold on.
How's that new Batman?
Oh, it looks sick. It does look sick. Well, that was the other
Big
fucking
fan.
Marvel was about to go bankrupt. Whenever early 90s, they were trying to sell their entire catalog for movies.
It's wild how fucking super.
They were trying to sell the entire every Marvel property to Sony Pictures for theatrical licensing, sell it all to them for I think $20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So Sony cashed out.
And Sony said, "Nah, fuck that. We're not interested. We'll just give you $15 million for Spider-Man." So
Yeah.
so they took $5 million off the top. Didn't get Thor. Didn't get Captain America. Didn't get. So then after they sold off Spider-Man, they were like, "We need to sell toys. What's the best way to sell toys? You make a cheap movie. Don't put a lot of money into it. That's going to sell toys." That was Iron Man.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah.
They made Iron Man to
Fucking
sell. They were like,
What,
we have a
15
bunch
years
of.
later?
We sold off. We don't have the X-Men. We don't have Spider-Man. We don't have the Fantastic Four. We have all these B-level characters.
Yeah.
John Favreau and fucking Kevin Feige made an empire with it.
Yeah.
And Sony looks dumb now.
Yes.
And then Sony came calling to Kevin Feige after they canceled Amazing Spider-Man to ask for help on making their new Spider-Man movie. Feige said, "The only way I'm helping you is if we do it." Amy Pascal didn't like that. He said, "What if Tony Stark made Peter's suit?" And she was in, and that's how we got Tom Holland. That's neither here nor there, though. We could do a whole nother season just on MCU movies. Anything else on Superbad?
no.
Just
Yeah.
to relate to like teen comedy movies from like my generation, like 21 Jump Street was a
Home run.
Right.
21 Jump
That
Street's a home
either.
run. So's
Yeah.
22 Jump Street.
The Interview. The Interview
Okay.
was
All right.
Okay.
That's not a teen movie.
It's not really a teen movie, but yeah.
21 Jump Street though.
100%
21
is.
Jump Street definitely in there. I know a lot of kids my age. We saw. I'm drawing a blank right now. The movie about the superheroes. Nick Cage is in it.
Sky High.
Oh, no, Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass
Kick-Ass.
2.
A lot of kids my
Kick-Ass
age saw
was good.
Kick-Ass.
Also Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
But we
Underclassmen with Nick Cannon.
Never saw it.
Never seen it.
It's like 21 Jump Street, but the version that didn't work.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
and we the funny Marvel movies. A lot of my friends love like Deadpool. Love Deadpool. Big fans of Deadpool.
Completely unrelated, but I agree. It's a great movie. All right, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so with that being said, we're brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions,
Yep.
Stay Thirsty Company,
Here we go.
and Sachi Di Dinero. It's a good old peace out. Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show, whatever movie it was about. This is a generic pre-recorded outro, but we hope you had fun. We sure do. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. We will not go quietly into the night.
Stay gold, pony boy.
I will not die sober. Get those fucking loose. That's all, folks.